What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be setting up our Pay Lake rods for the 2026 season. So come along and we'll show you how we do it. Let's get into it. We fish pay lakes here on this channel. We fish small lakes, and we use a certain type of rig. It's called a float rig. I use it as my pay lake rig mostly, but it's got a big slip float rig. So this is how we set up our slip float slash pay lake rig. So let's go ahead and start. Today we're going to be putting this on our 12-foot surf rod. This is a Pin Prevail 2 casting rod. 12-foot heavy action, 20 to 40 pound monofilament goes on this rod. We're going to be teaming it up with our older but still good in shape Mean Gang CL60 blue reel. So let's get this bad boy put on and get her in there. I think I have rocks or something in my rod. Let's see if we can get those out. Tighten this bad boy all the way down. With this warming up, we fish pay lakes and smaller lakes a lot, and I like to use a floater rig. Kind of keep the bait suspended off the bottom a little bit. Yep. We had dirt and rocks in our rod, probably from our last fishing trip. But we're gonna get this bad boy teamed up and paired up. So gotta run the line through the eyes. Alright, so one very important thing that luckily this one already had on it. This is this has 20-pound monofilament on it, and see if you guys can see that little bitty black stop. I call it a bobber stop. Some of the packages say bait stops. People use them for all different things, but I use them to allow my bobber to set at a certain depth that I want to fish. So grab one of these and one of those and a floater. So we're going to be using one of the big cigar floats. So first thing we'll do is put on one of these smaller beads, just like that little bitty orange bead. Then we have what they call a strike indicator. And what that is if say that your bait's actually sitting on the bottom and that thing is not on top, that just allows you to know that you need to move your depth or whatever. Or it allows that you know that you're getting a bite if your bait is, and it starts to pull up on your floater. And then a big 12-foot cigar float, or 12-inch cigar float. Sorry about that, guys. So far this is what we got. We got our all the way to the top. So see, the bobber can't go no higher than that bait stop right there. Then you got your bobber. Now this floater does have weight in it, but I want to add a little bit more. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is put one of the little rubber beads on it to help protect the bottom of the floater from getting beat up by the lead. So one there. Then the lead, this is a 3/4 ounce sinker. And another bobber stop or bead on here. So that's all set up there. Grab us a hook. So we're going to be using a smaller 4/0 circle hook here. I like to run smaller baits on these float rigs. Just like little bitty small bluegills, live bluegills, that kind of suspend them off the bottom a little bit. Let me get this piece of line off this reel. All right, guys. So I got the piece of the line off the swivel here. Who else is real bad about using their teeth to cut the line? I am super bad about that. So I will put this on, attach it with a polymer knot. Bam. Now this rig is used for multiple purposes that I use it for. One of the main purposes is suspending the baits off the bottom. You can fish your bait at very different depths depending on where you set that bobber stop at. Then another thing is kind of drifting it. So say you're fishing at a river that's got a little current, you throw this out there and your bait will kind of drift along and use it to find fish there. Now another way, that's another reason why I want to use that small bait, so it doesn't get stuck in anything. And I really shorten the leader down on these compared to some of my other leader lines. I shorten it down so that I can have a little bit more control of where the bait's at. But that is my float rig / 2026 Pay Lake setup for this year. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Haven't been fishing a lot lately. The water level at the lake's been crazy, but the Pay Lakes are starting to open up, so we're gonna get back to that. That's why we're setting these up today. We're gonna try to make a Pay Lake fishing trip sometime maybe next week, through the week, or next weekend, so we'll see. But that's my setup. I've got another one teamed up with a Lew's reel, a Lew's CL60, and then I've got one that I set on bottom out there. Just depending on what the fish are doing that day. I want to have a versatile arsenal, and but that's what we're going to be using this year, guys. So I hope you like this video. Go down there, hit that subscribe button, that like button. We're almost to 600 subscribers. Help us get there by the end of this month, if you can. By the end of May, I'm sorry. If we can get there by the end of May, that would be great. But make sure you're down there, you subscribe, share this video out to your friends, and as always, guys, God bless, live life to the fullest, and we'll see you in the next one. We are gone.